Hey, what's up, guys? Seven. Just a quick update for you. Some changes going into next week's rollover. So expiration for ES and NQ is on the 19th. But for KRATOS, if you've noticed, because we're splitting volume between two contracts, and it's only going to get an even larger separation as we move forward. So for you to try and catch a couple of trades. I don't anticipate any more trades being able to be taken on the outgoing contract, ESZ, which we're currently using, and NQZ. Today we are at like 0.7. We have to be above 1 based on that 3-week data range. But today you can see if we go to the ESH and NQH, our K-vol is going to be a little bit higher. This is kind of artificial because if you think about it, we're just now rolling into this contract. We don't have 3 solid weeks of average normal volume or data. And so this is going to be quite high because this week is the first week of really trading on it, and it'll get higher until we get about 2 weeks into the actual full rollover contract. So going into end of December, January, this will kind of play out. However, doesn't mean we still can't catch some trades. So if you want to try and catch some trades, this would be what I would do. I would change my charts to ESH and QH, and then this is going to be the version you have. Everything here stays the same. What I would change though is, because we're still splitting volume, I'm going to make my take profits a little bit faster. So if you can see, is if we leave ES where it is, we have a couple of losers, but we do have a winner in here. And then a big loser on the second. So obviously we weren't trading at this time. We were still taking trades. Waiting on ESZ, nothing happened, so that's when I started looking further ahead. So what we can do is maybe lower the TP on ES to say 300. Let's look at 200 real quick. Actually 200 is probably going to be the sweet spot. So change it to 200 here, and then what we'll do is, as we get still Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, as we get rolling into the new contract, and if we start to see profits sell up further past in that 500 range, then we'll slowly step it back up. But for the time being, 200, and then that changes and gives us some good wins. Today 475, 250 on ES. Couple losers there. Let's look at 300 again real quick. Let me see something. That maybe, nope. So still 200 would be probably the ideal. Whether you, I don't know if I've necessarily set up all my alerts and stuff. You can, but I would want to watch it. I would want to make sure that along with my bias, that we do and take profits. Take profits when you have them, because we know we don't have enough volume now to between the contracts. So 200 on ES, and then similar on NQ. We're going to adjust. We're going to go to NQH, the new contract. And currently we're running at I think we're at 800. So if we adjust this to take profits a little bit faster, 600, everything else stays the same. We're still going to use continuous contract as far as on this setup as NQ. And then you can see here a couple of nice trades today, 3. I caught one of them. I started watching this yesterday. Fortunately, I missed it. Obviously, rollover and stuff is fairly new for us. We were at the very end of the rollover when I first released KRATOS publicly for testing. and then so this is kind of our first true rollover going into Kratos. So you can see some nice wins when we take quick profits. And like again, just like what we do with Apatis and Dallas, is once we start seeing that we're selling, and it's quite simple. Once we see that we're selling on past these take profits without pullbacks, you can visually see that this is a pretty good spot. Um, and then just keep looking at it like every week to see if you see your winning percentage, your gross profits. You know, if you go to 700, what does it look like? Are we still above? No, we're not. We're at 87, 86, 84. Let's see about 500. Do we go? You know, and we don't. So 600 is a sweet spot. 88%. So it's just as simple as that. These small adjustments that you can just look at every week will tell you. So that's going to be the new settings for right now. In ESH, NQH, go to the current contracts, and then once we get full into the contracts and trading bureaus over, you can adjust these back to the ES continuous, NQ continuous if you like. So let me know if you have any questions, but starting tomorrow, that's what I'll be doing.